Hello friends, it's Making Maria, your Chalk Couture independent designer, and welcome to Sunday night chalking. We are going to have a ton of fun tonight because we are tackling a big boy. Whew. This is one of the new transfers we're doing tonight that came in the with my new stash from the catalog, and we are going to tackle it as a group together so that if I have an epic fail, I can have an epic fail with you. Hey Teresa, welcome to Sunday night chalking. Hey Montina. So tonight we are doing Marrakesh, which is beautiful. I gotta tell you, I cannot wait to see how this is gonna turn out. I'm a little nervous because he's, you know, he's a big boy. I don't like to do big boys live. And some detail. But we're going to do something a little different tonight with him. We are not going to do the center of the flower. And in the center of the flower, we are going to put a sentiment. And we are going to put in the middle, life is a beautiful ride. Hey Montina, hey Jan. Welcome everybody. It's Sunday night chalking. Getting ready for our work week. Okay, so we're doing Marrakesh. And we're going to put the sentiment, Life is a Beautiful Ride, in the middle of it. This sentiment is from Life is a Beautiful Ride transfer. And this one is a really cool one. It's got some really cool hot air balloons and a little basket and little fun things you can put on your hot air balloon. This is a really fun transfer. Really fun. I've done a lot of really cool things with this guy. But he's fun. And he's retiring soon, so this is a B-size transfer, which is the 8.5 by 11s. The B-size transfers are $14.99, and I have a bunch of these. And if you're in the Making Maria VIP group, there is a special, potentially, going on with these guys in there right now. So if you're not in there, you want to be in there. But this is a really nice transfer. There's actually something going on in that group with several B-size transfers. If you want to check it out, there's a couple of them. But I'm digressing. Okay, so we are going to tackle this big guy and hope and pray that I don't stick it together. This is an 18 by 18 transfer. This is stunning on pillows. Oh my gosh, it's just, I can't wait to show you. But I want to try a couple different things with him. They might be a little ambitious for Sunday night, so hang with me. The other thing I wanted to let you guys know is this finally went live, and this is Club Couture. And this is a button that you pick on the website. Club Couture is the monthly transfer that you can get for $19.99 shipped to you. It comes with 3 paste colors and a transfer. And this month's one that came was Ooh Snap. And we're going to play with this one probably tomorrow night as we talk more about Club Couture. We've talked about it in the past, but it went live this last week. So it's a really nice value. It's shipped right to your house. You get it once a month. It's just kind of nice. So we are going to talk about that probably tomorrow night. But tonight, we're going to attempt Marrakesh. And we're going to attempt Marrakesh on a big chalkboard. I do not have a chalkboard that is 18 by 18 square. So we're doing one that's 14 by 14 square. And we're going to hope that it works. So, big transfer, lots of potential for sticking. Take it out of its packaging. Trying to maintain the packaging because this is how I store them. I hang them because you don't want to fold it. I'm going to write on the back of it as my chair is running over my packaging that I just said I wanted to maintain. That's what happens when I throw things on the floor. So we're going to put Marrakesh. That helps me know, first of all, which side is the back, and secondly, which transfer goes on which backer. So I have my big towel laid down because I need to fuzz this transfer because it's new. It's going on a chalkboard that I would tell you is not Chalk Couture quality. Let's just leave it at that. So I definitely want to fuzz this transfer because it's the first time I'm using it. First off, hey Carol, hey Lisa, hey Sherry. Wow, we got a whole group with us tonight. He's brand new. He's going on a subpar surface. And he's super sticky. So I'm trying to get him off. Sometimes the hardest part is getting the corners. Then we move to a different one. And that one works right away. Alright, so hold your breath with me, ladies. Pulling slowly. The other problem with these big transfers is they don't fit in my water bath. Okay, we got him off without him sticking. Now we lay him to fuzz him. So all we're doing when we fuzz is we're picking up the lint from the towel and making the transfer less sticky. This helps me in a myriad of ways. It helps me in the longevity of the transfer. It helps me be able to maneuver the transfer on the surface without it sticking instantly as soon as it touches it. But the big thing is I would tell you the biggest reason to fuzz big ones is longevity of your transfer, and it gives you the movability. Because as you've seen me do some that they stick right away, it can be challenging to position it, and you all know how lining up is not my thing. So, we're a good stick. So, I'm going to figure out where the top of my chalkboard is, so I chalk on the right side, although this is a square with a duplicated pattern, so until we get to the words, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. So now I am lining it up, but I need to center it. Because he doesn't exactly fit, I want to make sure I have the same hangover on each side. I think we're a little too high to the top. See, if I hadn't fuzzed him, the lifting up like that I would not be able to do. This board I most definitely waxed, again, because it is not a fantastic quality board. But they're really nice boards, but they're not. They're definitely not one I would want to wash off or keep, you know, to reuse. This is a one-time, if that. Okay, and this bad boy's got a lot of screen to him. So I'm going to, you know, push and move my air out, pushing from the center out to my corners in an attempt to get my air bubbles out, because on this big of a transfer you have a lot of air and you don't want air. So I'm just working my air out, and I can see the screen move. That's how I know where there's air. I can see the screen move, and I can feel it. And I can hear it. Okay, so I'm just working it. Work it, baby, work it. So, we're just getting buried in more snow today. I'm sure you are all okay, except you, Texas and California. Okay, I'm unfrozen. Hello, back. I'm back. Hey, Terry. I think I should call my cable, or we don't have cable. I think I should call my internet company, and maybe I need to upgrade my, what is that? Not RAMs. It's something. I need to update something. My internet speed. So that Okay, everybody is good. I have no error except this one little guy right here. He's just giving me a hard time. He just wants to have an air bubble. Well, he's close. Biggest thing with the big transfers is air. Like a lot of screen space. And because we're only chalking, we're not going to chalk the center. Because in the center, we're going to put our Life is a Beautiful Ride. I think that'll look good. Yeah. It is really a pretty transfer just to do all by itself and just leave it the way it is. But I thought we needed a pretty little sentiment for a Sunday evening. Okay. Pretty good on air. So I was thinking we would do multiple colors. Just because why not, right? It's Sunday. So I was thinking of our Storm, Ocean Mist, and Fresh Linen because I like this color combination in our mason jars. I think that looks really nice. So I was going to do the words in Fresh Linen, and I was going to do the swirlies in these two colors. So I was going to do, because we're going to do the inner circle, I think we're going to do the inner circle and these jetting out ones in Fresh Linen, or Ocean Mist. And we're going to do Storm. No, we're going to do it the opposite way. We're going to do Storm for this inner circle and these flowers. And then these swirly guys, we're going to do in Ocean Mist. This is a huge transfer. And it's a huge transfer to do multiple colors on. So if you are going to do a huge transfer with multiple colors, the easiest way I have found is to chalk and pull in sections. Normally with big transfers like this, I like to cut them so that they're multiple pieces. But this transfer, you can't do that in because it's lots of, there's no way to do it without cutting silkscreen. So we are going to do, and I guess we'll do these corners in Storm. We'll do this section in blue. We'll do this in blue, and then, or these in blue and this in Storm again. And then we're going to do this in Fresh Linen, is my thought process. And this is my top. Check, always check where your hangers are. So, now I'm just making sure my edges are down good, so that when I get in there with the paste, it's not bleeding. I have found these chalkboards to be relatively forgiving if I get a bleed. So when I say, hey Virginia, when I say we're going to chalk and pull, I'm going to chalk this top third, and then pull it, dry it, lay it back down, chalk the middle, pull it, dry it, lay it back down, and then chalk the bottom. That's my theory. Think we can do it, ladies? Yes, we can, right? We can do this. As I just got paste all over my table already. My only concern really is, do I have enough paste? Okay, so here we go. I'm dipping and going. Wish us luck. So I dip my paste in. I'm doing Storm first. And I'm just going, I need to remember where I'm going so that I don't go too far. Because I don't want to mix my colors where I don't want colors. Like I just did. Okay. So I'm covering my silk screens and squeegee. I need a smaller squeegee. Where's my other guy? And squeegeeing off. So I'm squeegeeing off my excess and trying to keep it so that I'm not getting colors where I don't want them. I'm going to do this corner over here. Dipping and going. I'm trying hard to concentrate, so I'm sorry I'm not jabbering as much as I usually would. And I can see three air bubbles in this little guy over here. Which, in this particular case, doesn't mean it's going to bleed. What it means is my chalk won't be as smooth because of the silkscreen. Kind of like last night's project where I laid back down the... sorry, I'm trying to concentrate at the same time. So this flower, I guess, for lack of a better word for it, because I don't really know what you would call it, is going to be Storm, along with this inner circle. This outer circle we're going to do in Ocean Mist. Okay, so this inner circle gets Storm, but I don't want to get that because that's going to be blue, right? It's going to look weird, I think. Maybe I should have just done it all in Storm. We're going to try it. Okay, so now we move to Ocean Mist. I pull out my little baby squeegee, my new baby squeegee. And I'm going to go over. Now I need to move quickly because I am starting to dry. If I really start to dry, what I can do is I can pull and then we just lay it back down. Again, this is a lot of surface to cover, so you really risk the whole drying. Don't want to mix your colors together, so it's best to use a smaller squeegee to get in there. A bigger squeegee probably would not get in these little, I mean, you could do it, but definitely not quickly. You need to be slower. Take your time. Okay, so I'm in my home stretch to the point of I'm going to pull. And I definitely need to because this corner right here, if you can see it, is drying. So this is definitely sit on the edge of your seat television. Can she beat the clock of the drying chalk? Dun dun dun. Should be like a murder mystery. No, not murder. Right, we're not killing anybody. It's chalk, people. Really, it's not that serious. Okay, so this is what I mean by pull and go. I'm going to pull just this part. Okay, see? Now I pull this, I hold this, because I don't want to lay it flat, because if I lay it flat on the clean part of the transfer, I will get chalk through it. So, it's not my cleanest chalking job. One bleed, and those little air bubbles that I said we were going to have air bubbles. So I dry it, and I put the chalk on more thicker than I can speak English really. I put the chalk on thicker than I normally would because I was trying to keep it from drying. So it's going to take me another minute to dry it. Normally it's not this thick. So I just dry it off, and then we just lay the transfer right back down. And because we haven't removed the transfer, it remains positioned. I got a lot of chalk in this corner, right here. This corner right here got a big old blob of chalk. I like the colors though. I think we did a good job on the colors. So I'm just drying it. Okay. Abracadabra. We have a part of our transfer done. So now what I do is I just lay it back down. Okay? Okay, I may need a moment. Just kidding. Okay, so then after we lay it back down, now we got to get it back in position. And really the only part I have to get back in position are the parts that I'm going to chalk next to. I don't care if these corners get back in position because I'm done chalking there. So it's really just this circle and these little flower guys. But they're not flowers. I don't know what they're called, but they're not flowers. Oh, and this is that guy that had all the air in him I couldn't get out the first time. So he's really not going to cooperate with me now. I have a name for him in my head, but I'm leaving it in my head. Cute little flower, right? He's my... I choose love. I choose love for this flower right here that doesn't want to lay back down. Okay. So around and around and around I go. This little guy over here doesn't want to cooperate either. It's like they won't stick to the chalkboard. Okay. So, I'm just laying it back down, getting my air out, hoping to God this is going to work. If I can get it to stick to my chalkboard, it would work. I don't know why it's suddenly... Unless I had a chunk of wax. I did wax this board, so maybe I have a chunk of wax there. But I buffed it. I thought I buffed it. Okay. Getting my circle. There we go. Now this guy's cooperating. Must have been my angle. Whew, okay. Now we keep going. So I'm not doing this flower, and I'm going to forget that I'm not doing that flower. So I take a big old piece of painter's tape and I stick it in the middle of the flower, and that's how I remember I'm not doing that flower. If I can get my painter's tape off. Oh, okay. I put a little piece of painter's tape in my flower to remind myself. Okay. These guys still have a little air in them. So, this time, we're just going to do the same exact thing. Again, I'm just working the air out. Air is not our friend. Because we want this guy to be as beautiful as he is. Because this is a stunning transfer. Okay. Round 2. And I'm just going to stick with my little squeegee guy. So I'm just going to go around the circle. And I may need to add some blue because this line, this guy's really supposed to be with the same color. So I'm just going around. He's got an air bubble in him. Which again just means my chalk isn't going to be smooth like I like it. That's okay. There's worse things in the world. I think the things I learned with the pattern transfers is you really should have your surface be the size of the transfer. It makes it go a little easier. Okay, so I'm just making my line so I know when the blue, because this flower guy is going to be blue. So I'm going to go all the way around our circle this time. Making my line so that when I put the blue back in, it's all good to go. And I do not have those flowers. They're not, I need to stop saying they're not flowers. You know they're not flowers. I don't have them down as well as they should be. So they may need to get washed and put back down. So I'm just squeegeeing it on. Actually, this one's better than the other one. This one doesn't have the big air bubble that the other one has in it. Air bubbles are easier to see when they're wet than when they're dry. And I'm just going to keep doing this guy over here because I am not drying yet. And then I can, in theory, I should be able to put my, well, I got to do the corners in gray, but, or Storm. Use the proper name. It's Storm. Okay. So around this circle guy, I may need to go back in with a paintbrush. And I don't want to pull it because I was dumb and I did that one. And that pulls the whole thing off. So I'm just going to pull it a little bit. I'm going to pull these guys. And then I'm going to put it back. Oh, wait, I got to dry it. And part of my paste came off because I laid my transfer back down on top of it. So I'm going to gently lay it down. This guy is going to dry the longer I wait. And I can't pull him all the way because I should not have done him. I should have waited because in order for me to pull him, I have to pull the whole transfer off, and I don't want to do that. So what you do is you take a wipe. You just want to keep the moisture on him. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't. So I am laying it back down, getting ready to do my blue. And then my corners in the gray. So, I'm going to think this through. Make sure I've got everybody down where I want them. My guy is staying moist. These corners are gray, the rest is blue. Okay, I'm going to finish the gray. And then I'm going to do the blue. So I'm just going to go in this corner. This is kind of a fun transfer to do though, because it's really just simple lines that you're just, you know, going across. It's a really pretty transfer. This is the one I saw a lady, she did her entire dining room table in this transfer. And then she sealed it. It was beautiful. So you can do this on furniture. I've seen people do the patterns on dressers and all kinds of fun things. I mean, I guess in that sense it would really be no different than like stenciling. This is not stenciling. For anybody who has ever stenciled, this is much nicer than stenciling. And maybe I've just not done enough stenciling. I don't want to slam stenciling, but I think this is much better. I've tried stenciling. I've never had success stenciling. Okay, so now we do our blue. Hoping my little guy underneath our wipe is not drying. He may be. But then what we do in that case is I wash the transfer, I lay him back down, and just re-chalk over him. Like our little guy on the top that lost some of his chalk because the transfer pulled it. With him, I will probably wash the transfer off, lay it back down, and re-chalk him. Just because that'll drive me crazy. You all know me. That'll drive me crazy. I love this blue. This blue is all over my house. Ocean Mist. It's just a really pretty gray, muted blue. Okay. I gotta lift my wipe up a little bit because I have a section here that needs to be blue. Now, this transfer would have gone much easier had I done it all in one color. And again, probably ambitious for a Sunday night. You know how you just got to know your limits, ladies. Sometimes I don't. Most of the time I don't. I think I can do it all. But I can't. Okay, I don't want to get that big glob of gray, so I'm going around him. I gotta tell you, these mini squeegees are the best! This is like an awesome, it's just an awesome size. He's got nice resistance to him. Way better than my cut-up little guys. He's got a good grip. Okay. So I have lines all over. That's the other thing that drives me crazy is I don't like the lines. So I'm just smoothing them out. Trying to get rid of as many of them as I can. Knowing I'm probably not going to succeed and that will drive me insane. Okay, so I'm going to pull up my wipe that was keeping my gray underneath moist. I'm going to re-squeegee it because that does put a texture on, and that texture I will see. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. How'd we do? So this transfer does not fit in my water bath, so he's always another challenge because they're so big. So I've got him in a bigger water bath. I did go to like the dollar store, and I bought like kitty litter pans. I wouldn't do that again. Well, I guess I should rephrase that. I wouldn't do that again. I would do that again. I just wouldn't do it at the dollar store because kitty litter pans that are that big are not very sturdy. So I have 3 of them put together. Okay. Whew, so it looks cool. We've got a couple spots that, you know, will probably drive me a little insane. You know, it's this circle. So I will wash the transfer off. I will lay it back down, and I will re-chalk the circle. But otherwise, and I got to clean up my edges where I got chalk all over. Otherwise, I think he's pretty cool. So now I got to dry him. Why did I do this on a Sunday night? Thank you, Jan. Thank you for telling me I did a great job. So, I'm just drying him. And then we'll put our cute little sentiment in the middle. Then I will wash the transfer, I'll lay it back down, and I'll fix the parts I don't like. And then it'll be much easier to fix them because I don't have to worry about the entire transfer. It's just the little spots. So, if the surface was the size of the transfer, this would be much easier. If I did it in one color, it would be much easier. But I like to show you the difficult ways so you can learn the easy ways to do it. And then you can decide if you want to do it in a more complicated way or a no stress way. Hello, who's knocking on my door?
Night.
Oh, good night, dear. Love ya.
Love you.
Sleep good.
Yep. We have school tomorrow, right?
Yes, you have school tomorrow. There will be no snow day.
I doubt that, but okay. Night, love you.
They just want a snow day. Okay, so I'm fuzzing My Life is Beautiful. Or Life is a Beautiful Ride. I'm going to stick that in the middle. Center it. Can you see what I'm doing? Center it, make sure it's straight. Now, I'm only rubbing over the letters. I'm not rubbing over this part because, again, that will take the paste off. And I want to do that. Just going across, get my ear out. So I'm going to pull out my fresh linen. So really they don't have President's Day tomorrow. They have school tomorrow, Virginia. I guess I didn't realize it was, I guess I didn't know it was President's Day tomorrow. They were supposed to have school off on Tuesday, end of quarter or something, I don't know. And teacher work day maybe. It got taken back because of the snow days. So now they have school on Tuesday. I guess I rephrased that. I know why they didn't have school on Tuesday. They didn't have school on Tuesday because our schools are used for voting, and the kids can't be in the school when it's used for the public. So that's why school got canceled, or they had the day off. But then whatever the voting is for, they didn't have anybody run or something. I don't know. So there is no vote, is the moral to the story. So then they could use the schools, so then they could take the day back and then put them back in school. It's part of our problem with our schools being where people vote. Our kids are out. Oh, you have your grandkids, Debbie? How fun is that? Oh my goodness, this is so stinking cute, ladies. We did a good job. Other than being able to go. Okay, so we did an okay job. We have a couple cleanups to do, but oh my goodness. Check it out! Aren't you proud of us on a Sunday night? It kind of has that vintagey feel. Kelly's off. Wow. So this is our beautiful sign. A couple little fix-ups. Now, if I wanted it to be vintagey, I could take my sandpaper to the rest of it and kind of give it all that, you know, distressed look. And by doing that, how many times did I say, make sure I know where my hangers are? Well, life is a beautiful ride sideways. Shoot. Well, okay. Now what do we do? And here I thought I was going to get you guys out. I should buy extra hangers. I actually have extra hangers. And I have been known to do that. Just move the hangers. Actually, Christopher does it for me. And these ones have nice little screws in them. It wouldn't be that hard to... Well, this is the way it's supposed to be. You know what? I'll put it on a easel. and then I don't have to mess with the fact that I did it again. You know, ladies, as you watch me, you should just say, Maria, you do the same thing all the time. Yes, I agree, Lisa. Easel. Should go on an easel. Perfect. It's going to go on an easel. I don't need to hang it on any stinking wall. Actually, I'm making this for the gallery wall. And the gallery wall, as you all know, I use those cheater command strips to hang. Because then when people come here for classes, I just literally pull them off the wall because they're like Velcroed to the wall. So it doesn't really matter that I did it wrong. But, you know, again, learn from all the crazy things I do wrong. Do it right yourselves. And always check where your hangers are. I should put, like, my painter's tape. This is the top. On top of my stuff. Because poor Carol, I gotta fix Carol's sign too. I made for Carol, that one's backwards too. Or upside down too. So, life is a beautiful ride. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna wash my transfer. And then I'm gonna fix it. And then I will take my picture. And I'll post the picture. But I like these colors. In retrospect, this color I should have probably done in the fresh linen. To give it the third dimension of color. I mean, I like... It's too much storm. Fresh linen, a little fresh linen added in there would be nice. But Cheryl, what do you think? Should I wash this part off and make it fresh linen? Just the corners? Anybody? Lisa? Terry? Jan? Debbie? Anybody? Should I make the corners fresh linen? Because this one would wash off. I think it would wash off because I waxed it. It should wash off. It's a chalkboard. It should wash off. I might want to do that. Yes, Lisa says yes. I agree. Oh, Maddie. Thank you, Maddie. Everybody says yes. Okay. I'm probably going to do that. Terry says go for it. I'm not going to make you people watch me do that, though. I will do that off camera. Yes, fresh linen would look great. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Carol. Okay, everybody agrees. We're going to wash those corners off. I won't make you watch me do that. Because, first off, I have to wash my transfer. And because it's so big, I can't wash it in my water bath like I do normally with you guys. I have to take it to the sink and wash it in. That would be dead air time. And in radio land, that's like... Oh, come on. Jan, you don't want to watch me do that. Let's see if it comes off. But no, I'm not going to do that with you guys on camera. Yeah, it's going to come right off. I should spray it. It would come off easier if I sprayed it. So, with the, I'll go back to talking about, might as well change the wording while you're at it. You don't like the wording, Cheryl? What do you think it should say? Might as well change the wording while you're at it. What are we changing the wording to, Cheryl? Help me out. Oh, I get it. I know what you mean. You mean make it not crooked anymore. Or upside down. Sideways. Yeah, I got you now. So, washing off this chalkboard would be easier if I sprayed it. Turn it, yep. Comes off so easy. Yeah, it does come off easy. And actually, I tell you, this is harder coming off because I didn't spray it. I'm just using the wipe. And I'm also getting it off the edges. Rotate. Yep, got it now, guys. I'm a little slow sometimes. You all know that about me. And you all love me anyway. You watch my crazy videos. Okay, so I'm just washing it. That's how it comes, how easy this is. This is why this is a good craft for me. Because when I mess it up, it's very easy to correct my mistakes. And on my gallery wall, I kind of want them to be as good as possible because those are the examples people look at for what things that they could make. So I do try to not have too many mistakes on those. Okay. So I'm just cleaning up my board as I go. And I would just hang it as it is. Jan would leave the words. Alright, I am going to try to spray it. It goes faster when you spray it. So I just laid my transfer paper down to shield the blue from the water. And then I'm just making sure the water doesn't get in the blue. But it comes off much easier when it's more wet. See, then I can just wipe. Comes off. You just got to be careful not to get the water in the blue. Now, I could also just leave these corners blank, too. I don't have to put the corners in. Because originally, when I kind of mapped it out, I wasn't doing the corners. So we could do that, too. We wouldn't have to lay it all back down and do the fresh linen. We could just leave it with just, that's actually kind of pretty, just by itself. The circle, the first circle. Maybe we don't need to lay it back down at all. Maybe we just need to get rid of the gray. What do you think about that idea, ladies? Just leaving it. I swear I should own stock in baby wipes and disinfectant wipes. And my precision Q-tips. Although I haven't been using those as much. Okay. So this corner's cleaned up. So do you think I could leave it? I could leave it this way, which I do kind of like. It looks more Celtic, Irish to me that way. I think I like it without the corners too, Virginia. I think Cheryl too. I kind of like it without the corners. I do. Forget laying that crazy transfer down and putting it back on. No, I was spraying it, wasn't I? Well, I'm still going to wash it and lay it back down and fix my parts. Okay, just spraying it. Yeah, I like it without it. Very much. It's just less Storm. I mean, I love Storm. Storm, it looks to me like chocolate milk. It's just a beautiful color. But it's not brown. But I don't know. Hot chocolate-y, maybe? Because to me, hot chocolate isn't really brown. I'm just cleaning it up. So these chalkboards were very inexpensive. I bet you guys can all guess where I bought them. They might have been in that little bullseye section that I love so much. And have you guys seen? They're coming out with the new stuff. now that Valentine's Day is over, they have started restocking. They're not restocking. And they restocked these boards only with colored frames. They're not all just white anymore. Cheryl says without the corners. Verge likes without the corners. Cheryl. Okay. I agree. No corners. We're not putting those crazy corners back on. Wish I had thought of that in the beginning. Would have been a little easier, right? This is why I love chalk. Just washes right off when you get it all over everything. Oh, spray. So what I do with my gallery wall is I try to put all the current transfers up there so that people can make them, replicate them. And what I find is what I put up there, people want to make. And they want to make it exactly how it was up there, which I think is so funny because I owe all that credit to you guys because you guys give me the colors. And you help me so much. But so people come here and they replicate the things you ladies make. On our last corner. So in this corner I have shadowing, and I'll show you. I think you'll be able to see the shadowing. What shadowing is it's your chalk leaves a shadow on a chalkboard, and it's very common with chalkboards, any kind of chalkboard. So some places say you should season them first, and how you season a chalkboard is you just take a piece of like regular chalk, like chalk, you know. Chalk. Take a piece of chalk and you just run it over the chalkboard and wipe it off. That seasons your chalkboard. Kind of like you would season a cast iron skillet, something like that. So you should really, in theory, season boards, good boards. Shadowing is where it leaves the imprint behind and you can still see it. What takes that off is our board eraser. That's really what the board erasers are for. Especially with like our absolutely beautiful Aiden board, which is the porcelain steel, ridiculously gorgeous. Oh my gosh, chalkboards that are just beautiful. In the catalog, those are really, really nice ones. But because they're porcelain steel, you know, those chalkboards they have a 50-year warranty. They're made to be, you know, beautiful chalkboards. Let me see if you guys can see the shadow. I don't know if you'll be able to. But see, yep, you can. See how you can see just the outline of it? And I don't have a board eraser in here. How can I not have a board? Oh, because it's at the sink. My board erasers are at the sink. Or I'd show you how they work. They're cute little circle things. They almost look like a magic eraser. They're not exactly a magic eraser. But you just take the board eraser and it'll come right off. Yeah. I like it without the corners. I think it's pretty without it. Kind of like it this way. So I'm going to wash the transfer. And lay it back down. I'm going to fix just my circle. Maybe this little guy needs a little fixing. Just going to fix a few little spots. I'll take my picture and I'll post it for you. Thank you for watching me. Hit the share button, please. Thank you, as always, for sharing my videos. Very much appreciate it. We're back in full swing this week. Have some really, you know, I got all these new transfers, so now we got to use them all, and I got to make my gallery wall. So we are in full regalia in making stuff. So that's all I got for you tonight. Happy Sunday night. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Be safe in the snow, ladies. There is a lot of snow out there. Tomorrow we'll talk Club Couture, which is the subscription service where you get the transfer and 3 paste colors delivered to you every month, just like magic, for $19.99 with free shipping. That's probably the best part about that, is it's free shipping. But we'll talk about that tomorrow night. So, have a lovely night, ladies. Thanks for watching me. See ya!